enjoyed, at least from what I can tell, the review for the Storm Shadow bust, which I appreciate. I want to say thank you. I'm encouraging you guys, if you like it, give it a thumb, which some of you have. Leave a comment telling me who your favorite, like this one, let's say, leave me a comment and tell me who your favorite G.I. Joe character was. Now, we did the Storm Shadow bust review, so today we're going to do the review for another G.I. Joe, but this one's an actual statue from Diamond Select Toys. This is the Storm Shadow statue. And I like the back of the box has the Cobra logo. I love the Cobra logo. This one I can read. Storm Shadow is an elite Cobra Ninja operative and a exiled member of the Arashake. I said that wrong. Ninja Clan, one of Japan's legendary families. He trained in their methods of infiltration and combat. Extremely skilled, blindingly fast, incredibly resilient, devastatingly lethal. Elite level expert in a variety of martial arts and an array of ninja weaponry. Designed to be the leader of the Arash Cage before fate took a turn and sent him on a different path and into the ranks of Cobra. This gallery diorama of Storm Shadow is made of high-quality PVC and features detailed sculpting and paint applications. This is nice. There's also a snake eyes that they don't connect, but they quote unquote go together, so to speak. It's very amazing. Let's get this under the Google Pixel microscope and let's take a look at it. All right, here he is, Storm Shadow, the PVC statue in all his beauty. Look at this. Let's bring him up closer. Look at that face. First of all, I want to look at the face because this is pure Diamond Select. They do such a good job. You can see, much like that bust I did the other day, you can see his eyes, his eyebrows down, and you can almost make out the facial features. It's like they did it and then they put the mask piece over, which of course they didn't, but you can see like a scowl or an anger. It just is an angry look. And much like they've done on other ones, you can see his mask and the gi goes over it. So it's actually like two parts. So even though this gi, which you gotta love the old Cobra logo there, even though the gi is white, you can see the mask is different. Like, you can see it's all different parts of the footage. So here's the footage of the piece. So here's the top of the head of the mask. Now the inside mouthpiece is a little different. They're all white, but if you notice, some are a little more dirtier than others. They're splashed in like grays and black. They're supposed to be battle worn. See the gi itself that he's wearing, and it differs from the pants. Not only do you see the seam cut off, but you can see it's just a slightly different shade again of white. Just like the boots, which they actually did. I know I shouldn't move down so further, but they did the old school Tabai boots with the split like Storm Shadow wore. His white bandaging. But like I said, we started at the face. This arm I like. Well, I like both arms, but you can see it's got it's anatomically done. Here's all the muscles, all the veins. Here's his white wraps. And it's giving you the impression that he's throwing 3 shuriken. And it's got like the little wind. It doesn't come off or anything, but it's just put into the piece itself. But, it gives you that wind effect, like he's throwing them. He's got his sword, I can't talk, drawn on the other arm right there. Beautiful katana that they did. Nice job. As you can see, all the buttons of the gi. Here's his belt and his black belt, both of them. His weapon strap, which leads us to the back and they don't come out, as you can see. But it was very clever. I like the symbol of his clan. Here's his throwing daggers, some more shuriken. Here's all of his arrows. There's his bow that opens. And if you notice, here's his other katana, and this one's blank because, well, of course, he's holding it. To me, that's a nice piece of detail. Just like here on the back, you can see there's another shuriken, a couple more throwing knives, and then his black belt, it's like blowing in the wind. They even did on the boots, the soles of them, which are really, that to me is a nice touch, because not only did they do the traditional Tabai boots with the split, but they also did like the soles on the bottom to make it look, I don't know, just that extra piece of detail. I know some people kind of scoff and they're like, oh, these are smaller, these aren't as big as sideshows.
And no, they're not. And I have sideshow pieces. Diamond Select stuff is very, very well detailed, and it's very economical. And the PVC aspect is also pretty nice, especially if kids, they're not going to smash up your stuff. The base, as I tilt it back, is just snow. It's like a snow-covered mountain. There's some broken trees. He's actually leaping with this tree behind him. You can see all the snow. They do a nice job on the snow. It's all etched in shadow. It's white. There's a little bit of gray, a little bit of blue, some speckles. Here's some. I'm assuming this is supposed to be ice. Kind of coming out of the ground. Nothing's labeled. These aren't like a limited. This is a nice mass-produced one, so you should be able to find it. But you got to buy them quick because they don't make these things forever. Here's the back of it, all the mountaintops. Because it's like, it is a mountain peak he's on with some broken trees. He stands, well, you don't need to see it like that, but he stands pretty tall. He's pretty nice. There's a Snake Eyes that goes with it. I think they've done Snake Eyes, Destro, and the Baroness. This is Storm Shadow. I do really like how he turned out. He turned out very, very well. He's always been one of my favorite characters. I said that when I interviewed. I'd love to interview Storm Shadow, but I don't think that'll ever happen. When I reviewed his bust the other day, I really liked it, and I really like this piece as well. I'm going to actually put them together. This is a great companion piece. It's beautiful in every sense of the word.
Awesome. I can't thank Diamond enough for sending this one over to me. This is beautiful. It's going to go right next to Destro and Snake Eyes. I love G.I. Joe. I'm currently working on a history of G.I. Joe. I would have hoped it would have been up already for you to see. It looks like it's going to be just a little bit longer. So we've got the history of G.I. Joe coming up. We've got another episode coming up of the Hardcore Truth. We're going to be covering UFOs. I've got a Moon Knight statue review coming up. I've got some books to review coming up. So there's a lot coming up. So once again, give me a like, subscribe, tell your friends. If you don't have friends, tell your enemies. And like I said, leave me a comment. Who's your favorite G.I. Joe and why is it Snake Eyes? Because he's everybody's favorite. But I always like Storm Shadow. That's my second favorite Cobra. I'm a big Zartan guy. But I also like Serpentor. Actually, I like more of the Cobras than I do the Joes. It's strange. Anyway, just leave a like, give me a subscribe, leave a comment, tell me who your favorite G.I. Joe is. I hope you like the review, and I'm going to be back with more reviews later.